Hi, I'm Nathaniel, and this is Reluctant Sermonizing. The day of their wedding, the soon-to-be bride goes out from the church to go finish her wedding vows. When she gets back, she finds her fiancé banging with the bridesmaid. We've all heard this story, or some variation of it, whether it was a clickbaity article, or daytime TV, or whatever. But wherever you heard this story, there's always some bride or groom who is caught or confesses to cheating on their wedding day. And the question is always, why? Another why question. Why sermonize? It's 2021. Why dredge up this dying art form? Don't think it's dying? When's the last time you used the word preachy as a compliment? Look, I'm going to change the name because sermon and sermonizing make me feel uncomfortable, so why should I think that anyone else would want to watch this? So why do it? Okay, back to the other story, but the biblical version this time. Moses is leading the people of Israel through the desert, and he takes them to this mountain to take vows with, or in a sense, marry their God. Moses goes up the mountain to finish writing the vows with the bride God. That's the 10 Commandments and the law stuff, those are the vows. But when he comes back down, he finds the people worshiping an idol. Now, there's a lot going on with the whole idol worship thing that we're not going to get into right now. But the basic idea is they were banging with a bridesmaid. The bride had finished the vows, looked in on the groom, and found that the groom was cheating on the wedding day. And the question in both stories is, why? What is going on in their heads? There could be many things. There are a lot of different stories that could be going through their heads that for them made this make sense. But the one thing we can say for sure is that whatever was going through their heads, whatever story that was, it didn't line up with the reality of the story they were trying to participate in. I remember jumping from church to church after college. I went to churches from the mega church to the house church, from church with just a pianist to lights out rock concert churches. But the aesthetic wasn't the problem. Sometimes someone would make a big deal out of disagreeing with some theological point, but usually it was just like dancing around the fringes, and that wasn't the issue. I didn't know how far off the rails things were going for so many, but I did know that the stories we were telling didn't seem to line up with the reality of the story that we were trying to participate in. So why sermonize in 2021? I was a good, nerdy evangelical. I did what I was told. I read the Bible, I prayed, and I tried to integrate my faith with my work. I was trained as a theater artist, a storyteller. And the story that I found was very different. It's a story where economic justice, feminism and civil rights, and taking care of our planet are central themes. They're not some liberal agenda or a misdirected social gospel, but are core to the gospel and even salvation. And I got this from the Bible, from the text. It's a story for all humanity, with love for all humanity, not in a if you convert sort of way, but in truth, in the human condition, and in our connection with the divine. And yes, we'll talk about sin and the cross and all of it, but this isn't a on the fringe sort of disagreement. This is like an atonement theory rewrite, a reframing of the entire gospel story. So, for the next I don't know how many videos, I'm going to be laying out what I'll call for now a post-evangelical gospel narrative. So why this sermonizing? Like for the cheating fiancé, I think there's an old story. And it may have had its good parts, but right now, it's causing destruction. And sometimes I think the best way to counter a story like that is to tell a better one. In the next video, I'll try to give a very broad overview. Then in videos after that, we'll get into more specifics. If you're interested in following along, there should be somewhere around here a button to subscribe or follow in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, you can always go to my website, nathanielnorton.com, and sign up for email notifications, etc. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.